There was no charge of any criminal activity. And I have always represented that those payments were nothing more than payments of extortion to the Department of Justice to seal the evidence, to lock up the evidence, so the public would never see how widespread and pervasive the fraud was that was committed. And I truly believe that.
These crimes are so vastly larger than any blue-collar crimes. It's just off the charts, non-comparable in terms of these things. It's what Balzac actually said. Behind every fortune that you can't explain lies not just a fraud, but a fraud executed so well that it wasn't prosecuted.
We're now in Midtown Manhattan on Park Avenue. This is this is where Lehman was after 9/11. And this building across the street is where Dick Fuld, the CEO, is working today in his new company, Matrix Capital. Nothing has changed. He's in the same business he always was. Some people may think of him as some sort of, guy that was banished forever, but no, he's just fine. The world's collapsed. There were trillions of dollars of damage. It didn't cost Dick Fuld $1. The man put $550 million into his pocket. He kept it all, and presumably he's probably grown that pile quite considerably. Perhaps he has $1 billion by now. The stock market has been doing very well since the crisis.
What is the difference between a gangster who robs a bank and this banker?
Oh, gangster that robs a bank, A, gets an average about $2,000, and B, is virtually always successfully prosecuted, and C, spends 20 years in prison. And the CEO has none of those things happen and is immensely wealthy and gets to keep his reputation.
Prison was the beginning of the redemption. The judge told me, do something good with your life. And that's why I'm trying to make a difference by speaking to the public about my failures and how they can be aware of what the world is facing.
Someone described it to me. You drive down the street in a school zone, and you see a sign that says, 30 kilometers an hour. You see a police car, you slow down, you go slow. Then you drive a little further, you drive a little further. Police car's in your back, you forget about that police officer, and all of a sudden you start to speed up, and start to speed up, you start to speed up, right? That's what happens. It's human nature. We forget the disaster, and we keep moving forward like that. So do I think it can happen again? Do I think that's yes, I do.
The seeds of the next financial crisis have already been planted. They're growing.